16 years on the job as the Iowa head coach for Coach Ferentz. Nice to have you with us here on SportsCenter.
Good to be here, Joe.
And this year could shape up to be something special. Let's talk about your team. Let's talk about the fact that you have the one player that I hear the most consensus as being an All-America playing left tackle.
Probably says something about us. Brandon was our MVP. Brandon Sheriff was our MVP offensively last year as a left tackle, and that's with all due respect to some good players. But he's really a phenomenal player, and we've had some really good linemen through the years, and I think Brandon has a chance to be as good, if not better, than any of them.
How's the rest of the offense shape up?
We have a pretty veteran offensive line, all but one position, so we feel good about that. Jake Rudock is our quarterback, comes back for his second year as a starter. And the other good news, I think, is we're a lot more veteran at the running back receiver position as opposed to the last 2 years.
Coach, how much do you cringe when I've heard what you've probably heard in recent weeks when you talk about your season ahead and people look at your schedule and say, oh, it sets up so well for you and you've got a nice ride and we could really see you getting deep into November with a really glossy record? Is that the worst thing you want to hear when they talk about, oh, it's an easy schedule?
Yeah, I tell them they must be a fan or in the media, one of those two things. And, you know, schedules aren't challenging unless you have to compete in them. I think all you have to do, go back in 2009, we ended up winning the Orange Bowl. We were 7th in the country, and it took a full court miracle shot for us to beat Northern Iowa in our opener. So you just go back a couple of years ago. Every game's a challenge, and we're going to have to be ready to go when the season begins. 16
years coaching at Iowa. You have great perspective as to where the Big Ten has been, where it currently is. Now with the change of a new college football playoff, a lot of people are wondering, where does the Big Ten fit into that discussion? 4 spots for the national semifinals, 5 major power conferences. Where's the Big Ten fit in?
You know, nothing's guaranteed, certainly, and I think one thing that will happen, we'll have an excellent representative coming out of Indianapolis in December, and hopefully that team will be in the playoff picture. And yeah, once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. So we've had some great teams traditionally. My guess this will be like every year since 1981. It'll be wide open. It'll be interesting to see who emerges.
Coach Ferentz, always good to visit with you. It all begins August 30th against Northern Iowa for the Hawkeyes.
Thanks, Joe.